So hello and welcome to the new series of Maven. So today, this video onwards, we will be learning Maven, what is Maven and why it is used. So basically, this is a crash course type course wherein this course is definitely a beginner friendly course. The people who don't have any knowledge, previous knowledge regarding the Maven. So this is a beginner friendly course. So yeah, this is the in this video we'll be talking how the course flow, the course introduction, how this course is going to be covered, what are the topic that I will be teaching you. Okay, so let's get started. So first thing first, you would ask me what is Maven and why to learn it. Okay, so to answer it, I have one answer over here. You can see Maven is a popular build automation tool for Java based project that helps and manage and organize the software development process. So the software development process, there is lot being covered inside in making of the software, right, starting from the planning till the testing part. Lot of phases comes wherein it like our agile methodology is there, in which iteration over iteration, the software is produced and optimized, right? So for that, we required some project management or the build automation tools. So there comes Maven. It is a popular build automation tool for Java based project. So when you create a Java project, so you can use a Maven for a build automation tool. Okay, so let's move forward. It provides a standard way to define a project dependencies, build processes, and project structure, making it easier for developer to manage and maintain complex Java application. So consider one scenario. You are building one project, and let's suppose you have implemented 10 dependencies in your project, right? So you have used 10 different libraries in your project to build your project, and so there are dependencies, right, in your project. So you have to mention those dependencies. You have to write the version which you are using for your project, right? So let's suppose you have used, let me write it over here. You have used 10 dependencies and you are writing which version to use for the dependencies. Okay, so this is a manual task, pretty manual task that you do when you write your project, when you work on your project. So what Maven does is, you tell the Maven that these are the dependencies you are implementing in your project, and rest the Maven will do the work. Okay, so let's suppose you are implementing Spring. You are using Spring framework in your project. All right. So I'm just giving one example. If you are implementing Spring version 4, so you have written Spring version 4 is there. So now the Spring version 5 comes in near future, and then you have to again come and change those dependencies, and you have to write again, do the modification inside your code. So that is pretty hectic part, and that Maven covers over here. Maven covers all the dependencies, and it will automatically do all those upgradation part in your project. Okay, so that is how this second point works, and Maven handles your dependencies. Okay, so third point is Maven uses a declarative approach to configuration and relies on XML files called pom.xml to describe the project structure, dependencies, and build processes. Okay, so there is one important file in when we talk about the Maven is pom.xml. Okay, so this file you have to create whenever you are using Maven in your project. So in this file, what it contains, its project structure, dependencies, and build processes. So these are the core structure of your project, right? So without dependencies your project can't work. How the project structure is going to work, how the build processes of the project is going to there. So this is a pretty important file for your project. So we'll have one separate video on pom.xml, how what it covers and how why it is important. We'll cover all that in detail. Okay, so next point is, it also offers a vast variety of open source libraries and plugins that can be easily integrated in your project. Okay, so to understand this point, so you just go in your browser, whatever browser you are using, and write Maven plugins. And of the very first link that you can see is that is the official Maven Apache org. You can open this and you can see these are the plugins that Maven has. Okay, reporting plugins are there, core plugins are there. So you can check out here. All those description is also there. And one good thing is the Git and GitHub repository link is also there. You can check that out. We'll be covering again. We have one separate video on this one also, plugins. And one more thing is Maven repositories, right? So you go in your browser and write Maven repositories, just hit enter, and as you can see, very first is the official link for the Maven repository. You go there, and yeah, here you can see this section contains the new in Maven. So this is the latest version. You can see when it is released, and these are the new repositories of Maven. We cover what are repositories in Maven in detail. We have one separate video on that, and on that as well. Okay, we'll cover that one also. Okay, so let's move forward and see what are the features of Maven. Okay, so first feature is again dependency management. So as I said, Maven simplifies the project management of the project dependencies by providing a centralized repository of libraries and framework. It automatically downloads and manage the dependency. As I said here, instead of you writing those dependencies manually, Maven does all this task automatically by itself, and which makes it easy to update our dependencies without worrying about the conflicts. All right, so next is project standardization. Maven provides a standard project structure that is widely adopted in the Java community. The standardization makes it easier for the developer to understand, to contribute to the project, even they are new to them. Okay, so as I said, it's beginner friendly as well. So you can learn it, okay, easily. And build automation. Maven automates the build process, makes it easy to compile, test, and package the project, and developers can define the build goals and execute them in a single command as well. We'll see how we can do it. We will create one project using Java and using Maven as well. Okay, and next is plugin system. So Maven has a powerful plugin system that enables the developers to extend the functionality of the build process. Okay, so there are many plugins available that can be easily integrated into projects to perform the specific task. Task in sense, for example, to perform such as generating the documentation, deploying the applications, or running the test. So all these we can do by using these plugins. We'll see how we can do this. Okay, and next is consistent builds. Maven ensures consistent builds across the different environment by using the declarative approach to configuration. Declarative approach in the sense, we create one pom.xml file, as I said here, inside which we are writing our dependencies, project structure, and build processes as well. Okay, and last one is integration with IDE. So this is a pretty good feature of Maven. Maven integrates with the popular IDEs such as Eclipse, IntelliJ IDEA, NetBeans, Visual Studio Code, which makes it easy to manage a project within IDE. So you don't have to worry about where I can use the Maven. So in the market we have very popular IDEs as of these days, like Visual Studio Code, IntelliJ IDEA, Eclipse. You can use Maven with this ID itself. The Maven is integrated inside these IDEs. Okay, and so overall Maven simplifies the software development process and makes it easier for the developer to manage the complex Java based project. Okay, so enough about theory, and I guess this is enough motivation that for you required to learn the Maven. So from the next video onwards, we'll be seeing uh, in depth and in more practical manner how we can use Maven, what are the plugins, what are the repositories. Okay, and in our next video we will see what are the software required for you to get started with the Maven. And I hope you will like this series, and do one thing, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Hello and welcome back to the new video of the Maven tutorial series. So in the previous video, we have talked about the course introduction. I have given you some theoretical overview of the Maven. What is Maven? What are the features of the Maven? And as I said you, in this video, we will be talking about the tools that you have to install in your PC to get started working with the Maven. Okay. So first thing first, you need Java because it's a Java based uh, tool Maven is. So you require Java in your PC. So to install Java, you can just go here and in your browser and just write down, wait, download Java JDK. Okay, so first thing, first link will come from Oracle itself. Okay, just open it, and here you can see whichever operating system that you are using, select according to that. If you are using Windows, select Windows, or Linux or Mac OS. Right now I'm using Windows 11, so I will select Windows, and I will uh, again, any of these three options are available. You can download anyone. So I like to install the direct installer for that Java, and I will just click here, and it will start downloading the JDK file for my PC. Okay, so I will not download it again as I have downloaded. Okay, so wait a minute, let me cancel it. After downloading this, wait a minute, I will show you. Just in case it is downloading now. Okay, so if you guys are liking this series, so do hit that like button and share it with your friends who wants to learn Maven. Okay. Okay, wait. As I told you, I have already installed JDK in my PC, so you don't need to do anything. You just come here, come at this site, and click on the X64 installer, and click on this link. It will start download the JDK file for the latest version, which is 19 for now at the time of recording of this lecture, and that is the exe file, that is executable file. Okay, just go inside your file explorer and go inside your C drive, and after C drive you can go inside your program files, and inside program files you can find Java folder is being created. Okay, after the installation, just open the Java file. You can see JDK 19 is here installed in my PC, and I will just double click on that folder, and after in this folder, as you can see, bin folder is there. Okay, so you just double click on it, and inside these all these Java files are JDK files are there. So you just need to click on this address bar and click Control C, so to copy this path, and after copying this path, just come in your start and write edit. Okay, so after writing edit, you can see edit the system environment variables is best match comes over here. You just click on it, and this window will pop up, and after here you can click on this edit environment variables, and so now you have two options. You can set this environment variable path for the user variables, like this is my user. If you are using multiple users inside your Windows, then you can choose this path. So, and if you are using only single user in your Windows, you can choose the system variables as well. I prefer system variables because in some cases there are multiple users inside your PC. Then you have to create that separate path for the each user. So instead of creating that, you just come over system variables and click on the path, click on edit, click on new, and just paste this. Okay, so this path you have to paste it over here. Oh, I will not pasting as I have already done that part. You just paste it over here, click on OK, and just to ensure, come here path as well, click on edit, click on new, click Control V to paste it, and just say OK, OK, and OK. So you have to say okay, and you will get out of this window. And after doing all these things, you can see exe file is also downloaded. Just open. I will show you. I will not install, as it installed in my PC already. I'll just show you. Okay, so here you can see it is giving me a message that it is already installed on the PC. Do you want to reinstall it? I will say no. You just go ahead and say yes, or next. The Java will be installed on your PC. That's it. Okay, so this is about Java. Okay, so after installing Java, you have to check whether everything is good. You have your path is set up, and you are good to go for the first checklist of our tools. So for that verification, you just come on start, click right click, and as you can see, terminal is here. You can click on that and the terminal will get open, and you just write one command, java minus minus version, and hit enter, and it should show the java version that you have installed right now in your pc. Okay, so if everything goes fine, you should see this message, or else if there are again some messages where java is not recognized as a command, in that case you should you should miss some steps. You go back and check this video again and try to install again. Okay, so this is for our first tool. The second tool is of course Maven. You are learning Maven, you have to install Maven in your pc, right? So click on the new tab and just type download Maven. Sorry, my typo, just ignore it. Maven. Okay, so first link come, which is official link from Apache. You just open this, and after opening this, these are the 6 system requirements. Just pause the video and see what are the system requirements that you require. As you say, first request system requirement is jdk itself, that we have downloaded in our first step, so we are good to go for the jdk. So there is no memory requirement, so as many memory you have, it's fine. Disk requirements is there, so you approximately 10 MB is required to Maven installation itself. So I guess no one is there who doesn't have 10 MB of space inside this disk. Okay, an operating system, no minimum requirement. Startup scripts are included, such as shell scripts and Windows batch file. So operating system you can use anyone. Okay, so here you can see they have given 4 options. You can download any one. I personally like binary zip archive file, so I will just come here and click on this link. This will download the Apache Maven zip file. Once installed, I will go and click open when done, or instead I will go inside my downloads folder. I will click here. Okay, so this you can see. So first of all I need to extract this, extract all. I will browse, just extract all my this and click on OK. So it will extract everything what is inside that zip file. So here you can see this file is being extracted. I will just do one thing. I will just cut this out, and after cutting this I will come inside my C drive, come inside my program files, and inside my Java folder itself that we have seen. Alright, program files inside Java, I will just paste that here itself. Okay, I will paste that extracted folder over here. And now you have to do one thing you have to do is click on it, click on bin, and whatever inside is, click on this path, control C. Okay, wait, control C, you have to copy that path, and again come into the start and write edit the system environment variables, and just go inside path, click on edit, click on new, and paste that path, and just place OK, and come down here and come here, click on new, click on control V, and click OK. OK, and again OK. So this part is done. We have set the environment variables. Now after doing this, we have to check whether everything is okay. So for that, again we have one command. So let me just restart my terminal so that it knows Maven is installed in your PC. Okay, and so the command is mvn minus minus version. Okay, there is no and is needed to run this program. This okay, so Java home is environment variable is not defined correctly. So first let me go and rectify this error, and I will come back. Okay, wait. Okay, so the problem that causes that Maven dot is the internal command error. So we have done all this, right? So we come into the edit, we go into the environment variables, and we are going inside our path. We are clicking on edit, and we are adding that path over here. Okay, so this thing we have done correctly. Okay, up to that I hope you got this. So one thing, if you come over inside the terminal and just write mvn minus minus version and wait for a second. Okay, now inside of what Maven does is Maven come here inside our environment variables and check for the one variable name as Java home. So we have to create that Java home variable. So how to create it? Again, come inside your edit and click come here and just click on new and set the variable name as Java underscore home, all caps, and the value should be the folder. All right, so the folder is, as I showed you, jdk19. So don't go inside the bin, just get this much path, control C, and get inside your variables and control V, and just click OK. After clicking OK, so you can see one variable will got created over here, and as that same variable we have to create over here as well, Java home, and this is the variable. And once you create, click on OK, click on OK, just come clear this out, come inside your terminal and just write mvn minus minus version and hit enter. So now I hope you see Apache Maven 3.9.0, and this is the binary code, and the Maven home this is, and the Java version is also telling us, and it is also telling us where Java is installed in this PC, and some default local and platform encoding UTF-8. Okay, and the OS number, OS name is also telling us. Okay, so this many information it gives you. I hope you also get this information when you try to run this command. Okay, so we have done installing Maven, done installing Java, and we now again we require Git. Okay, so why to use Git? Git is a very powerful version controls management tool. Okay, so you just come in here itself and write download Git and hit enter. So first thing, first link you see is the official from Git distribute. Git is the new distributed, is the new centralized. Okay, so you can see it automatically detects your OS and gives you the link for your OS. So once you click on the download for Windows, uh, click here to download the latest this, click here to download, and it will download the 50 MB file, which is executable file. Once it got downloaded, you just click on it, uh, let the default installation be there, click on OK, next. This will install Git in your PC successfully, and once it install, it is very powerful tool. We will see when we are started using Maven and started building some projects using Maven and Java. You can see it is downloaded. You just click on it and go next and install this tool as well. Okay, and last checklist is any IDE, your preference. You, if you want VS Code, you can use VS Code. If you want Eclipse, you can use Eclipse. You can also use IntelliJ IDEA, which is I guess very much powerful and very good looking IDE. Just my personal opinion, not nothing else. You can use your own IDE. All these IDE comes with built-in Maven implementation or the support, you can say. So if you have followed this all these tools you have installed, then you're pretty much good to go for the next video, and I'll see you in the next video, and thank you for watching this video. Hello and welcome back to the new video of the Maven tutorial series. So till now we have covered about course introduction and the software that are required for running the Maven projects on your PC. Alright, so for this video I will be discussing about Maven lifecycle and basic Maven commands. So these are the commands that you must know to work with the Maven project, and how actually the Maven lifecycles means how the projects that is being built using Maven works or throughout its life cycle. Okay, right from the validation and till the deployment point. Okay, we'll cover all the points over here. Okay, so Maven is a quick introduction for those who haven't seen previous videos. Maven is a powerful project management tool that is based on POM, that is Project Object Model, used for project build, dependencies, and documentation. It is a tool that can be used for building and managing any Java projects. Okay, and Maven makes the day-to-day work of Java developers easier and help with the building and running of any Java-based projects. So if you are trying to build any project that uses Java, then you can go for the Maven. It will quickly do your all the tasks of managing those dependencies, building the project, and documentation part. Okay, and so let's go and see one by one each point. So first point comes is the default Maven lifecycle consists 8 major steps or phases for compiling, testing, building, and installing a given Java project as specified below. So these are the 8 steps. First is validate, compile, test, package, integration test, verify, install, and then deploy. Okay, so first is validate. In this step, it validates the project if the project structure is correct. For example, it checks if all the dependencies have been downloaded and are available in the local repository. So we'll see what is local repository and what is the pom.xml file. So we'll have a separate video on pom.xml file wherein we'll be discussing all each and every tags of that XML file, and in detail we see how the pom.xml is important in Maven. Okay, so next is compile. It compiles the source code and converts the .java files to .class files. So since we are using the Java programming language to build our project, so there must be a .java files that you create for your project. So that those .java files need to be converted into the .class file. That is the byte code, which is machine understandable code. The Java converts, JVM converts to be more precise, and it stores the classes in the target/classes folder. So this is the folder where all those .java files are converted into the .class files and got stored in the target, and then inside target folder there is a classes directory where it stores. Okay, so next is the test. It runs unit test for the project. So at this phase it will run the unit test that you have defined for your project, and we'll see how to define it and how to use it and how to run it. Okay, so package, this step packages the compiled code and in a distributable format like jar or war. So it converts that code into the distributable format like jar and war. Okay, so integration testing, it runs the integration test for the project. We'll see how it runs the integration testing also. And where the next step is verify. This step runs checks to verify that the project is valid and meets the quality standards. So the quality standards are being checked in the verification step. And then comes the installation step. This step installs the packaged code to the local Maven repository. There is one local Maven repository where all this uh, packaged code is being installed over there. Okay, and then next is deploy. It copies the packaged code to the remote repository for sharing with other developers. So last comes the deployment phase, where it converts the code to the it copies the packaged code to the remote repository, by using which you can share it with other developers which are there in your team or company. Okay, so these are some Maven build life cycles, and then we'll see how some basic Maven commands. Okay, so first come the mvn clean. Okay, it cleans the project and removes all files generated by the previous build. So when you do perform one build, it creates that folder, and when you again do some changes and you again build that project, again install that project, then it again creates those folders again. So you using mvn clean, it cleans the project and removes all those previous build files. Okay, so mvn compile, it compile the source code of the project. Again mvn test compile, it compile the test source code. Mvn test, run the test for the project, that those are defined. And mvn package creates the jar or war file for the project and convert it into the distributable format as we discussed above. and mvn install deploys the package jar file to the local repository, and mvn site generate the project documentation. So next is mvn validate the project's form and configuration. So as I told you, pom.xml file is the very important file for the maven projects. Again, we see in depth with one separate video, so stay tuned. So mvn idea colon generate project, generates the project files for the IntelliJ IDEA or Eclipse. So if you are using any IDE, that is IntelliJ IDEA or Eclipse, any one of this, so you can use this command. All right. So mvn release performs the release build. Okay, and mvn last come mvn deploy, it copies the package jar war files to the remote repository after compiling, running and test and building the project. Okay, and so this is the command that we write mvn clean install. And why we write clean, because by using this clean, we can remove all those previous build files, and it will remove all those files which are came from the previous build. It will delete and creates the new files for the new build. Okay, so this is the idea behind the maven life cycle and maven basic maven commands. So in our upcoming video we will see we'll start working with the maven actually, and start creating a project or basic project, just to understand and just to give you clear idea how maven works. We will start working on a project from the next video. So thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. So hello and welcome back to the new video of the Maven tutorial series. So till now we have covered what is Maven. Yes, we've seen the softwares that are required. We've seen covered life cycles and basic Maven commands. So now we will see the Maven dependencies in this video, and on next video onwards we will be creating an actual project, and we will see all this theory that we have learned till this video, how we can implement in that create or the actual project. Okay, so you'll see the maven dependencies in this video. Okay, so first thing, maven simplifies the creation and the management of the dependencies by using a centralized repository that contains a vast collection of open source libraries and framework. To create and manage dependencies in maven, we have to follow these steps. Okay, so we'll see the step by step how we can create or manage the dependencies in the maven project. Okay, so first step is define the dependencies. Okay, so the first step is to define the dependencies in the project's pom.xml file. So as I told you in the previous video also, pom.xml file is very important for the maven projects. This is the file where all those project related dependencies and are being defined in this file. If you forgot, or if you not define any dependencies that you have used inside your project, and you don't mention over here inside the pom.xml, then your project will not work, since that dependency will be not implemented inside your build. Okay, so the this file is important, and you have to define the dependencies first inside this file itself. Okay, the pom.xml file is an xml file that contains the project configuration information including the dependencies. So it also contains the configuration information of the your project also. Okay, so to define a dependencies, you need to specify the group id, the artifact id, and a version of the dependencies. Okay, for example, we'll see one example over here. You can see one snapshot of the dependency. For example, to add a spring framework dependency to your project, you need to add the following pom.xml. So imagine one project you are building, and you are trying to add the spring framework in your project. Then you have to write this many line of code to tell your project pom.xml file or maven that you are using the spring framework and add this dependency in my project. Okay, so the root tag will be dependencies, inside which a dependency tag is there, and inside this dependency tag you create all one dependency itself. Okay, so as you can see, we need group id, artifact id, and the version of the dependency. So we first define group id tag, and we'll write org.spring framework. We tell the Maven that this is the Spring framework that we are trying to use, in my project, and the artifact ID for the Spring framework is Spring slash core, and the version of this version of which Spring version you are trying to use in your project. We'll specify that version also over here. And this is how you create or define a dependency in your pom.xml file, and Maven will understand that, hey, you are trying to use Spring framework for your project. Okay, let me add this dependency in your project. Okay, moving ahead, how to resolve the dependency. Okay. Once the dependency is defined, now you know how to define the dependency in the pom.xml file. Maven will automatically download and resolve the dependency from the central repository. Maven checks if the dependency is already downloaded in the local repository, and if not, it downloads from the central repository. So there are two repositories are there. One is local repository and one is central repository. Okay, so local repository is where your all the dependencies resides or downloaded dependency, and the central repository is where all those dependencies are there. And it first the Maven will check. Okay, so Maven will check. Okay, so you need Spring framework. It will check in the local repository whether Spring framework is already downloaded over there or not. If it is not downloaded in the local repository, it will go inside the central repository and download the Spring framework and add this dependency in your project for the local repository. Okay, so this is how the dependencies are resolved in the Maven. Okay, so dependency scope. Okay, so dependencies in Maven can be have different scopes. Okay, so scopes are different, which determine when and where the dependency is being used. Okay, so you define the dependencies, you resolve the dependencies. Now we have to define the scope of that dependency. Okay, the four main scope are compile, provided, runtime, and test. The scope can be specified in the dependency declaration. So where we declare the dependency inside this dependency tag. For example, to specify the dependency is only required for the testing, you would add the following pom.xml. So imagine one testing tool. Okay, so JUnit is a testing tool you required for the testing of the Java project. So you are trying to add the dependency for the JUnit. So think about it. When you require the JUnit, obviously when the testing phase come of testing phase will come for your project, then and then only you require JUnit, right? So you can define that scope of test here inside the dependency tag itself there, and by telling the Maven that, hey, use this JUnit framework only for the testing phase. Okay, so you are defining the scope, you are limiting the scope of that framework in the testing phase itself. Okay, so this is how your dependency scope is being resolved. Okay, so next comes how to manage that dependency. Okay, so Maven provides several goals to manage the dependencies, including adding and removing or updating the dependencies. For example, to update a dependency, you can use the following command. Okay, so Maven does this uh, thing of managing the dependencies automatically. Okay, so it will add, it will remove, it will update your dependencies automatically. Okay, so to update your dependencies, you can use this following command: mvn version colon use latest version. Okay, so you are telling the Maven that, hey, uh, do one thing, update all those dependencies to them to their latest versions. Okay, so if you are using three dependencies, Maven will go and update all those three dependencies to the latest version, and it will do automatically. Okay, so this will update all the project dependencies to the latest version available in the central repository. Okay, in summary, in short, defining and managing dependencies in Maven is simple process that is mostly done through the project's pom.xml file. Again, I'm saying pom.xml file is very important. Maven provides a centralized repository and several goals to simplify the management of dependencies in Java-based projects. Okay. Okay, so we'll see now the types of dependencies. Now till now we have covered how the dependencies works, what are the different phases of dependencies. Now we'll see types of dependencies. All right, so in Maven there are several types of dependencies that can be defined in a project's form.xml file. These dependencies will specify the libraries or the framework that is being used in our projects. Alright. So first is compile dependencies. These dependencies are required for the project to compile and build correctly. Maven download these dependencies and add them to the project's class path. These dependencies are also packaged with the project's output jar or war file. Okay, so these are the early dependencies that we require. First, to compile your project, these dependencies which are required are comes inside the compile dependencies. But then are provided dependencies. These dependencies are required for the project to compile, but they are expected to provided by the runtime environment. Okay, so example of such dependencies are servlets, API, and JSP API. These dependencies are not packaged in the project's jar. Okay, so the compiled dependencies are packaged with the jar, and but the provided dependencies are not packaged with the jar or war file, whatever file you are creating. Okay, so next is runtime dependencies. These dependencies are required for the project to run but not required for the project to compile. Okay, so first two dependencies that we have seen, those are required for early. Okay, so when your project compiles, that time these dependencies are required, but after compilation when the project will run, for those we have different dependencies. That dependencies come under the runtime dependencies, right? So these dependencies are added to the class part at runtime, but they are not packaged. Again, these are also not packaged with the jar or war file. Now your project run. Okay, so now come test dependencies, so which are required for the testing purposes. Okay, so these dependencies are required for the project's tests but not required for the project to compile or run. As I said, there is no use of these test dependencies for the compilation part and the running part. Okay, so these dependencies are added in the class paths when running tests, but again these are also not packaged with the jar or war file. Okay, so next comes system dependencies. These dependencies are not available in the central Maven repository and are required to be manually installed on the local machine. To include the system dependencies in the project, you must specify the path to the dependency in the jar file. Okay, so these are the dependencies that are not provided in the Maven central repository. You have to do these tasks manually. If you are using any system dependencies, this is the thing that you have to do manually. There is no way to do this automated manner. Okay, so next is import dependencies. These dependencies are used to import the dependencies from other Maven projects. When importing a dependency, Maven will use imported projects form.xml file to download and manage the dependency. Okay, so if you are trying to use another Maven project's dependencies, so at this time import dependencies will come into the picture. Okay, so imagine when you have one project and you are trying to you want the another Maven project's dependencies. So import dependencies will come into the picture. They will go inside that project's form.xml files. They will see what are all dependencies that the other project is applying. It will get those all dependencies and it will automatically add those dependencies in your project. So these are types of the import dependencies. Okay, so in summary, understanding the different types of dependencies in Maven is essential to properly manage the project dependencies and ensure that the project compiles, runs, and tests correctly. So why I'm taking these theoretical lectures? First, you have to understand what are you know what is dependencies, but you don't know what is compiled dependencies, provided dependencies. You have to understand these are types of the dependencies. Then and then only you can go and create a Maven project and work on it. Okay, so I guess this is the pretty much theoretical part that you want to understand before you get your hand dirty on the Maven projects. Okay, so on the next video onwards, we'll be creating a new Maven projects using IntelliJ IDEA or Eclipse, any IDE that I can choose. So you also can choose any IDE. Those IDEs come with Maven integration in inbuilt. Just visualization part will be different. Okay. So thank you for watching this video and I will see you in the next one. Hello and welcome back to the new video of the Maven tutorial series. So till now we have covered the theoretical section of this crash course, and now from this video onwards we will be actually doing some coding stuff inside our IDE. And as I told you, this Maven today's IDE comes with the inbuilt Maven implementation, Maven support, so you can use any of the IDE like IntelliJ IDE, VS Code IDE. But if you ask me, I would prefer you IntelliJ IDEA because it is developed by JetBrains, which is one of the popular company, and I personally like IntelliJ IDEA if I'm doing some stuff related projects using Java. Okay, so I would also suggest you to download IntelliJ IDEA if you are following me, and if you want to follow this course. Okay, so I'm assuming that you have already downloaded IntelliJ IDEA. If not, let me just quickly give you overview how you can download it. Just come here and write download IntelliJ IDEA. If you hit enter, first link comes from JetBrains itself. Just click on it and you will get to the IntelliJ IDEA download page. Now, according to your operating system, you can choose anyone, either Windows, Mac OS, Linux, and I am currently now I'm using Windows 11. That's why I'm click on Windows, and there are two editions of this IDE. One is Ultimate one and one is Community Edition. So I will download the Community Edition because it is the free one and open source also. And but the Ultimate one is the you get more features and 30-day trial also. So if you want, you can download, but it is paid one. You can compare all these features that you get in a paid one and a free one also. So go ahead and click on download exe file or zip file, whatever you want. It will start download. It is around 700 MB. It depends upon your download speed. It will get downloaded, and just go ahead and click next. Your IDE will get installed in your system. Okay, I will doing cancel because I have downloaded already. Okay, so assuming that you have downloaded this IDE, and if you want to follow along this code, let's go in our IDE and create our first Maven project. Okay, all right, let's go. So I will come into my IDE. First time if you are opening this, you will see one window like this, and there are no project here because since I working along Java, so there are some Java projects also and Kotlin projects also. So ignore this one. You just click on projects tab, click on new project, and you just have to name your project, right? So I will write my first Maven app. I will write just my first Maven. Okay, so select the location wherever you want to store this project. So I generally prefer I will just go ahead into my desktop. I will create one folder name as Maven, and inside that I will store my project. Okay, you can choose anywhere you want. So the language of this development is Java. Build system is Maven. Remember build system to say selected as Maven, and because we are working with Maven itself, and we need JDK. So here whatever JDKs which are installed in your system, it will show all those JDK over here. Select whatever JDK you want. I will go with the latest one, 19. And if there is no JDK listed over here, you can just go ahead and download the JDK. And if there is any JDK downloaded and installed in your PC already, just go ahead and add JDK folder and give the path to the IntelliJ IDEA where your JDK resides. Okay, I will just go with 19. Add sample code. Okay, advanced settings. I don't need anything. Okay, and I will just hit create. All right, it is working. Let it finish. It will download the plugins which are required for the Maven project to run. It is downloading. Here you can see the background task. I will show you. Waiting for Maven import completion, and the Maven plugins will get downloaded. Okay, so if you are running this first time, it will take time, some time. Let it be. by the time I will give you the IDE overview if you are using first time. So this is how the IntelliJ IDEA looks like. Here you have the project tab where all those directories are listed over here in such a beautiful manner. You can switch between this IDE, Java, and here is our main file, main.java file where our Java code is written. Just a simple hello world which is given by IntelliJ IDEA itself, just to quick start our the development process. And here is a project tab. You can hide and unhide is so that you can get the more view of this your file. And after that, one more thing is here you can see Maven tab is there. If you click on it, it will show you all those life cycles, and the life cycles, I hope you watched the previous video where we have discussed all those build life cycles: clean, validate, compile, test. And I have given you the theoretical knowledge of that these all these life cycles also. You can come and I will show you how to use this tab also. But first, I guess, yeah, it's over. And plugins also, here you can see clean, compiler, deploy, install, jar. All these plugins are also there. We will have separate plugins video. Okay, now I guess the processing is done. Yeah, our project is ready to go. And what we have done is we have created our first project. Now we have to understand the dependencies. Okay, so I hope you watched the previous video where I discussed about how to add these dependencies and how dependencies looks like, what are the types of dependencies. Okay, so let's go and create our first dependencies. So if you recall, I have told you that to create a dependencies or to manage the dependencies, you have one file called pom.xml. Okay, so this is our Maven project. Here you can see we have one pom.xml file. Just double click on it, it will open that pom.xml file. So since this is a file extension is .xml, so XML files contains the tags. Okay, so these are the tags. So the parent tag is the project one, so under which all these tags are written. So our parent tag is project, under which model version is there. This is XML scheme namespace schemas which are written on in the web itself. If you go on this site, you can found all those schemas. And group ID is there, artifact ID for our project. Artifact ID is the project name itself, and version is given by the IntelliJ IDEA itself. Okay, and some properties of our project. All right, this is the file which is generated by the IntelliJ IDEA and given to us. So now if I want to create some dependencies in my project, how can I add dependencies over here? Okay, so you see, you just have to wait a second. Okay, so now if you want to create some dependencies inside this, so there are many ways to create the dependency. One way is straightforward. You just go here and write dependencies, so it will create the dependencies tag. And after that, and one thing, we have the dependencies as our parent tag, inside which all those dependencies reside. Here as you can see, dependencies is the parent tag under which dependency tag is there. So we have to write the dependency tag. Okay, we write dependency. Okay, and the thing, because I love IntelliJ IDEA, is this: it will automatically give me the group ID and artifact ID that I want to enter. So let's enter. Let's create the Spring Framework dependency for our project. I will write artifact ID as Spring slash Spring 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 slash core. Okay. Uh, Let it be. The version I will use this. Okay, I am getting error dependency. The unique ID okay, version. Okay, it's fine. So you see, this is the one way you can create the dependencies. You just need to go ahead and start writing in this. Like if I write J unit, that is one more dependencies. Wait, let me clear this out so that IntelliJ get that we are writing this for the first time. Okay, JUnit dependency. This is our this is our there. Yes. So I have added JUnit dependency in my project. Okay, so this is the one way you can add the dependencies, but here you have to know the name of that artifact. Artifact ID means the dependency name, to be precise. And again, the rest of the things is easy. It will automatically shift the cursor to the group ID and come to the version, and it would automatically add the scope. Here you can see I have not written the scope tag. It has automatically added the scope, telling that Maven that please use this JUnit dependencies for my project. When to use in the test phase, because JUnit is the testing related library or the tool. Okay, so here you can see we have created one dependencies. So now I will give you one another way how you can add the dependencies, right? So if you go to the this code, if you go into generate, and it will, if you go to the manage dependency template, okay, so it will give you the dependency template. I don't know the template. I just need wait a second. Manage dependencies. Okay, nothing to show, I guess. Wait. Okay, so add dependency button is there. If you click on it, it will show you the this tab. So our project name is there, my first Maven, and only stable. And now here you can see the search button is, search bar is there. You can search any framework that you want in your project over here. You just need to write Spring if you want to use Spring in your project. And one more thing, these all implementation are done by the ID, IntelliJ IDEA. You don't have to worry about it. You just go ahead and search the dependency name. And again, if you want to search any dependencies, you just need to go and go to the Maven repository. Here you can see all these dependencies. You can see uh, any dependencies that you want to search. You just go here and write Spring, okay, and hit search. Spring context, Spring core, all these dependencies will come. And these IntelliJ IDEA is integrated this functionality inside their IDE, so that you can come here and write the Spring and get that Spring. If you want this Spring, you can again you can select the scope of this. IntelliJ IDEA has given me the scope to compile. I will set it as compile, and again you have version. You if you want to use the previous version, you can go ahead and use previous version also. I will go with the latest one, or the IntelliJ IDEA that provided me. And if I want this Spring, I have selected the version. I am good to go, and I will just click on add. So after I click on add, these dependencies, you can see these two tags are being added inside my pom.xml file. Okay, so now if this is the two way by which you can add the dependencies, right? So if I go inside my Maven, and if I go inside my lifecycle, and I will just click on install, okay, it will run my Maven command. You can see it is giving me the error, I guess. Could not find the artifact. Okay, so JUnit is not found. I have to use that. Okay. Wait a minute. So I will just remove these dependencies, I guess. Right. Let it be. Okay, so it doesn't find my dependency of that JUnit. Okay, I will click on install again. Now you can see there is no folder, right? It will. Here you can see process finished with exit code 1. Our build failure. Oh, why so? I'm getting the errors. Oh, okay. Wait a minute, guys. Okay. To rerun the Maven using. Okay. For more information. Wait a minute, guys. I will get back. Okay, so guys, I have figured out the error. The error causing because the Spring framework dependencies. So that doesn't works for that. Let me just add one more dependencies, so that you can uh, get what I'm trying to tell you. JUnit, I will add the dependency of the JUnit itself. Let me go ahead and add. Okay, it's getting added. Okay, so okay, fine. Now you can see inside my this root folder. Previously there are two folders. Okay, lifecycle and plugin only. But as soon as I create this JUnit dependency and I reload my Maven project, it will it has created one more folder named dependencies, inside which JUnit dependency is there. Okay, so you can see as I added JUnit dependencies over here, you can see JUnit dependencies is also added in my Maven deposit, Maven direct folder directory structure. And if I now if I go ahead and inside my life cycle and click on install, it should go ahead and get this dependency and install it. And yes, build success. Target project is also created. A target folder is also created. We'll see what is target. We have a separate video on this. What are the classes and how the this actual works, we'll see. But for this video, I hope you got some idea about this form.xml file, how to add dependencies. Now one more thing, if you want to delete the dependency, if you just go inside this dependencies tab, and in future you want to delete these dependencies, you no more require JUnit inside your project, you just go ahead and come here JUnit, you click on the JUnit, you come over three dots and you have the remove, you can remove. And as soon as you click on this, you just have to come here and load Maven changes. It will reload your project and see for the any dependencies got added or removed. If this dependency, as soon as I load my project, that dependencies folder is gone, because no more dependencies are required for our project. Okay, as soon as you add new dependencies folder will get created over here. So I hope you got some idea how to add or manage the dependencies inside the IntelliJ IDEA and what is pom.xml file. And we'll continue this project. We'll create one Java project, and I'll see you in one live demonstration of one by creating one project using Maven. Okay. So thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Hello and welcome back to the new video of the Maven tutorial series. So in the previous video, we have actually started with creating a new project using Maven, and that too in Eclipse, not Eclipse, IntelliJ IDEA IDE. So I hope you have watched the previous video and you got some idea how to create a Maven project inside IntelliJ IDEA. You can use any IDE of your choice, but for this tutorial series, I have chosen IntelliJ IDEA. Okay, so you can use anyone. So I hope you watched that previous video where we have talked about the dependencies, how we create the dependencies in our pom.xml file, why pom.xml file is necessary to create, and what is the importance of it. So now we in this video we will give focus on this plugin sections. Okay, so we have done with the life cycle, we have done with the dependencies. Now for this video we will start with plugins. All right, so let's go. Okay, so let's understand the theoretical part first. Okay, the Maven plugins are central part of the Maven framework. It is used to perform specific goal. According to Apache Maven, there are two types of Maven plugins. Okay, so to perform a specific task, Maven has created Apache Maven has created frameworks, or they call them as plugins. So you can use that plugin and perform some tasks for which they are created, right? So basically there are two types of plugins in Maven. One is build plugin and one is reporting plugin. Okay, so what are build plugins? These plugins are executed at the time of build. Okay, so when you are building your project, the plugins which are used are known as plugins, build plugins. And the reporting plugins are, these plugins are executed at the time of site generation, when your site is actually, or the project, or when your project is getting generated. and the plugins at that time, the plugins which are required are known as the reporting plugins. We'll see each one one by one. Okay, so let's go and check what are the Maven core plugins. Okay, so here you can see these are some Maven core plugins. First one is clean. What it does is clean up the after build. Okay, so if I will give you an example. Okay, we will see one by one. Right. So inside my plugins folder, you can see clean. Okay, so this is our first clean plugin. So plugin. Here you can see clean help. If you double tap on clean help, it will give you the this. You can see. Okay, so it's like a help. You can see it will tell you what it does is clean is the goal which cleans the build. This attempt to clean a project working directory of that were generated at that build time. Okay, and if you double click on clean, so to demonstrate this, first I have to build this project. Okay, so to build, I will go inside my lifecycle and double click on install, so that my target folder will get created over here. You can see target folder will get created. Okay, each time when I run the lifecycle command install, the target folder will get created and inside which all our files are there. And what clean does is it will remove or deletes the previous build. Okay, so to remove this is our now previous build. Okay, and now some changes I have done over here. I may imagine I have added dependencies, I have done some project work, and now I have to again generate that. So before generating that, I will double click on this. It will again run that command. Now you can see target folder will get removed, since the clean command will clean up the after build. Okay, and the what is compiler does is it compiles the Java source code. Okay, so these compile here you can see. So our next plugin is compiler. It will compile all the Java files. Like here you can see a main.java file is there. It will compile those Java files and create the .class files for the respective Java files. Okay, and next is deploy. Deploys the artifact to the remote repository. Okay, so in our previous video also we have discussed what is local repository and what is remote repository. Okay, so what the deploy command does is it will deploy, not command, it plugins. What it does is deploys the artifact to the remote repository. Okay, and failsafe is runs the JUnit integration tests with the isolated class loader. So isolated class loader, you can see what this command does is okay, so generated classes are there, generated sources are there. Okay, so what it does is uh, it runs the JUnit integration test. So the testing part of our project is done using that plugin failsafe. And to when next come install, it installs the build artifact into the local repository. Okay, and then resources plugin is there, which copies the resources to the output directory for including in the jar. Okay, so if I go here and I will check resources. Okay, resources plugin is there. So you can see again there are so many here resources, copy resources help resources and resources test resources. I will run one command for you so that you can understand. Okay, so this command is run. Okay, so now next command is site. It generates a site for the current project. Okay, so the site command is it generates one site for our current projects that we are working with. Okay, so if I go here and click site, again a lot of work it will do. It will download from the central repository of Maven all the required things, and after that it is a long process for the first time when you run this. Okay, and I might get one error because I have not set up this project till now. Okay, so we will do that in our upcoming videos. So the purpose of this video is just to understand what are the plugins and available in the Maven. Okay, so again these are the two rest of the plugins are there, which are also one is JUnit, and it verifies the existence of the certain conditions. So the condition that we define, and it is useful for the integration testing. So to understand this plugin, you have to know first what is integration testing, what is testing also, unit testing also. So okay, so we'll cover all this when we are at the ending part of this series, because there we have one project where we are has done some work in that project, and we are trying to test that project using these uh, plugins also. Okay, and so I hope for this video you have understood what are Maven plugins, what it does, and why they are important inside Maven. Okay, so thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, so hello and welcome back to the new video of the Maven tutorial series. So for this video, we'll be seeing how to create and manage multi-module projects in Maven, right? So till now we have covered, we have seen the Maven projects. That is of only a single one Maven project, right? You just go here, you create the Maven project, you modify the pom.xml file, you add some dependencies, you know how to deal with the plugins, you know what is a Maven lifecycle. Now we in this video we'll be seeing how to create a multi-module project inside Maven. Okay, so to do that, let me just first create a new project so that I can explain you clearly. New project. Let me call it as my site. Okay, so my site is the project name of my. Okay, so my site is my project name. So I'm using Java, I'm using Maven, Kotlin Oracle 19, and let me just go ahead and create my project on this window. Okay, so here I hope you got some idea about what is happening over here. Okay, so now we have created our project and build is also successful created. Our Java file, main file is also here. Okay, so now if you go ahead and create a multi-module, what is the meaning of multi-module? It is nothing but a module. You are creating modules of your project inside your big project. All right, so I will give you an example. So look at here, our main parent tag is my site, and under which we are creating now I will show you three new categories for three new modules to be precise for our my site parent tag. So we'll use util for the utilities classes, and we use core where our logic will be there, and I will use UI module I can create where all the UI part of my project will be there. Okay, so you see this hierarchy, right? One parent tag is there under which three modules are being created, and each module will have their own Java classes or Java files to which they are implementing, right? So let me go ahead and create all these modules. Fine. To create a module inside a Maven project in IntelliJ IDEA, you just come here and click on your my site project name, whatever you have given. Right click, new, and you can see module is there. Click on module and name your module. Okay, so our first module name is okay, my util. Let me call it as my util. Okay, Java will be there, Maven will be there, and this time you can see one IntelliJ IDEA is asking for the parent tag. If you click over it, you can see two options are there. One is none. That means this is a there is no parent tag for this module. This is a alone standalone module. And for but now I want this module to come under the my site project. Okay, so to do this, I will select the parent as my site, and I will go ahead and create my module. Okay, so here you can see as soon as I create my util pack module, you can see my util folder is there created, and inside which it has its own pom.xml file and one pom.xml file which is our main project's pom.xml file, that is my site's pom.xml file. If I open this pom.xml file which is of parent tag, you can see here also one module tag is being created, and under which they have created my util module tag, which states that, hey, this is the parent tag for these many modules. Okay, so this my site is my parent tag for my util module. Okay, and similarly, if we go inside the myutils pom.xml file, we can see one parent tag is getting created over here, and it states that, hey, this is myutil module, module's parent is my site. Okay, so the artifact id is there, group id is there, and version is there. Okay, so this is how we differentiate between who is parent and who is child in the sense which who is module which comes under the that parent. Okay, so this is for the parent and this is for the child, or to be precise, it's for the module. Okay, modules pom.xml file, and it is parents pom.xml file. Okay, so the first I have created, then I have to create the core. Again, the same pattern you will follow. You will go ahead and create the module, and this time I will write my core. Okay, and everything will be same. My side will be the this, and you can see, sorry for the typo, it should be my my. Yeah, I hope you understand. You just go ahead and again you write my slash ui. I guess ui that we are trying to create. Yeah, ui. So my ui, create it. Okay, so now you can see this is our for main, and this is util ui core. All these pack modules are being created. Okay, so let me just clear it out so that you guys can understand clearly. Okay, so what I will do is I will show how you can use the classes of one module inside the another module. Okay, so till now we have created the module, and now we will see how to manage those modules and how to use the different classes of different modules inside the different modules. Okay, so let me just go ahead and create one packaging structure over here inside util. So to create it, just right click on it, click on new, and where is package, just come here, my util src main java. Okay, so this you can right click on this and you can create package. Okay, so org.pack example dot utilities, I will name this package as utilities, and inside this package I'll create one java class and name it as my utils. Okay, so you can see utility inside my utility module. I have created one package name as utilities, and inside that package I have created one class my utils. Okay, so just to understand the basic struct how workflow, how this works, I will create one method over here. Okay, so so this method will be public static. It should not return anything. So the return type should be void. Public static void. And the method name should be a print name, and it will accept one string as the parameter from the user, string name. Okay, and after that string string, and after inside this it will just simply prints uh, the name of the user by greeting them, hello there, and just append the name that we are getting from the user. Okay, hello there, and you just write welcome, just to greet message for the user. So this is this method will do. Okay, so we have created one package inside which we have created one class, and this class implements these methods, which is print name, which is taking one string and just printing that string by the some other words. Okay, now if I go, now I want this method to be used inside my core module. Okay, so how can I do that? I just go inside my core module. I will go inside my source. I will go inside my main Java, and I will come over here, And now if you see, here also I have this main class. So first of all, to use this class which is written inside the util module, I have to add the dependency of my util module inside my core module. Okay, so how to add the dependencies, I hope you know, we have discussed in our previous module, previous lectures also. So to declare the dependency inside the mu core module, we will go inside the POM file of the mu core, and we will introduce one tag name as dependencies as the parent tag, and inside which we have dependency tag, and we'll artifact id as mu core, not mu core. We will add the my util com.example, and okay, fine. So we have added the dependencies of the util module inside the mu codes pom.xml file. So after creating this dependency, you just come over here inside the main file of this mu core, and if you come over here and you just write that class name. What is the class name? If I can recall, my utils, my utils dot. Okay, first we have to import that package. Okay, so the to import. What is the package name? I forgot. Just come over here. Org dot example dot utilities. Okay, wait. Let me check the. Okay, so we don't need to import, I guess. That is not required over here. So we have done, we have implemented this method over here, and we are trying to access that method inside the another module, which is mu core core module, which is over here. And to access it, to we just need to again reload all the Maven right this. Okay, so if I go inside my Maven core, not the Maven core, Maven lifecycle, and we'll say okay, and this. Okay, so here you can see, since we have added the dependencies of mu util module inside the mu core module, we have to load Maven changes. Okay, so if you click over here, load the Maven changes, it will get all those update parts that we have done. It will create Maven will load all this stuff, and after that you can just come over here and write out, and just to create the utilities, my utils my utils dot print name. Now you can see we are getting that print name, and here it is asking to give the name as a parameter. So we'll pass uh, what is, so we can Alex we can pass. Okay, and now we don't think this is needed. Okay, so I am getting error over here, cannot resolve the matter. Okay, so since the return type is void, so we don't need to write inside this. We just need to call that method because the print statement is still inside that method, so that's why we don't need to write again this out. Okay, and import IntelliJ IDEA is also importing that module inside over this. And now if I go ahead and click on run, it should print hello world first, and then this method call will be executed, where here you can see hello world, and then after that hello there Alex welcome. Okay, so hello world is getting printed from here itself. If we don't get confused, I will just comment it out. Now you can see only hello there Alex welcome should be get printed over here. Yeah, it is printing. So here you can see we are creating multiple modules. So I will give you a scenario. Okay, So this is a web application that you are trying to build, and there are multiple modules inside this. Okay, so all the utility classes are there inside with this module. All the UI related stuff you keep inside this UI module, and or the core or the logic part you are trying to implement in your website is comes over here. Okay, so all you can create them separate modules, and to use to have the accessibility inside modules to modules. If one module is trying to use the utilities of another module, so here we have seen we have created one package, and inside which we have created one class, and these class methods we are trying to access inside the mu code. That too we have also can do, just we need to add the dependencies for that module inside the target module in which we are trying to access that utilities. Okay, yeah, as you can see we had added the dependencies. So this is how we can manage and create the multi-module projects inside Maven. I hope you got some idea, and thank you for watching this video. Hello and welcome back to the new video of the Maven tutorial series. So till now we have covered, in our previous video we have covered about how we can create and manage a multi-module projects, and we have also seen one example by creating one project of with Maven, and we have created util core and UI all these modules, and we have seen how one module's functionality or the classes we can use in inside the another module. That part we have covered inside in our previous video. I hope you watched that video. If you don't, please go and watch that video and then come again in this video and watch this. Okay, so for this video we will be starting to create a web application with Maven. So till now we have covered how to create a simple Maven project, whether it is multi-module or not, single module. Okay, but now we have going to create a Maven project with a web application. Okay, so we are creating a web application. Okay, so let's go and in our IDE. So this is the first screen that you will see. I will just go ahead and click on the new project. So you too do that. But now you can see once you are opening for the first time, when you click on the new project, you see various generators over here like Maven, JavaFX, Kotlin, Compose, Android. You just click on the Maven archetype and just name your project. So I'm gonna name my project as my first web app. Okay, so you can name anything to your project. That's not any problem. If you want to create Git repository, you just click checkbox this. I don't want to go inside get GitHub part. Okay, so for that I will not check that checkbox. And if you want to create a new repository, new folder you want to create for this project, then you can go ahead. Let me just create one more new folder so that we can manage this project, because we require this project for our next upcoming videos also. I am going to create one new folder in my desktop, name as my first uh, web app Maven. Okay, so this is my folder name I'm creating. Okay, and inside which I'm going to create my project. Okay, uh, JDK is, you select whatever JDK you have in your PC. If you don't have, go ahead and download the JDK, and or else you, if you have, you can add your JDK also. And catalog may let it be internal. Don't choose default or Maven central. And now it most important part is archetype. You have to select the archetype, right? So you just go get into this drop down list and select the Maven archetype web app, because we are trying to create a web app, right? Web application. So for that we will be creating an archetype of web app, and after that version let it be 1. No more addition. We have to do additional properties not required. Okay, just go ahead and create the project. Okay, for let the IntelliJ IDEA sync the project and download the required files and generate the project. Okay, so it is generating the project. Once you see the success message of build success in your console, your project is successfully created, right? Now you do one thing. Now you have created this web application, right? So I will tell you the structure of this web application. Okay, so now for the first time you see in our previous video for the multi-module, the structure is not looking like this. There are different structure defined for each type of archetype that you have selected. Okay, so we have selected archetype of web app. So for the web app, this structure is followed. Okay, so we have source folder, main folder, under which resources and web app folder is there, and under web app folder web inf, and under web inf index.jsp and web.xml folder is there, and inside web.xml it is an xml file, and the display name tag is there, and inside with archetype created web application. So it is defining, or it is telling that we have used archetype of web application. And and inside our index.jsp we have html tag, a body tag, and inside body tag hello world, and you can modify this hello world with whatever you want. You can go ahead and write your name as hello world, welcome to programming. Okay, here's the thing that you can edit. It is html. You can add more tags, like h1 tag is also there in html. I hope you remember. And okay, so h1 tag, and we'll write your name, whatever you want to write over here you can write. And you can modify this index.jsp file, and this index.jsp file will get executed once we deploy this web app on any server. We will be deploying this, and we will be creating the war file also for this project in our upcoming videos. For this video, I hope you understand how we can create a web application in Maven. Okay, and so let me just quickly go inside my pom.xml file, and I will tell you what are difference between this and our normal Maven project. Okay, so you can see when I create this project using the archetype as web app, this dependency is automatically inserted by the IntelliJ IDEA. Okay, or to be more precise, it's by Maven. Okay, so Maven has added the dependency to the JUnit automatically when we create, but when we create the normal Maven project, there is no dependency tag over there. You have to go and use the dependencies that you are required. This is the one difference between that. And one more difference, packaging type is also added as war. We'll discuss what is war packaging type in our upcoming videos. Okay, and version other thing is pretty much simple. And okay, so let's go and go inside our Maven tab, and inside our this and life cycle we'll try to create the package of this. Okay, so double click on the package. Yeah, now most of you will get this error. Okay, cannot access default fields of properties. Okay, so most of you might get this error. How to rectify this error, I will tell you that. First of all, let me go and open my one previous project where the code to rectify this error is there. Okay, so I will go into inside my desktop. I will go desktop, demo web application, demo web app. Let me go and click OK. I will open this in a new window. This is the demo web application that I have created previously. So you go here and plugin management. Okay, so these type of cannot access the default fields or properties is a error come because we have not added the plugins inside our build, and that plugins we have to add over here. And if you add this plugin manual and go ahead and again click on package, by this time it will run smoothly, and you can see build success. Our build is got created, and target folder is also got created. and this war file is also created by running our package command. Okay, so that's it for this video. I hope you got the idea how we can create a web application using Maven. Okay, and in our upcoming video we will be deploying this web app in an Apache Tomcat server, and we'll see how we can deploy it and how to manage that application, web application on the Apache Tomcat server. We'll see that one as well. So thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. So hello and welcome back to the new video of the Java tutorial series. So in our previous video we have talked about how we can create a web application using Maven, and we have created one web application. Now in this video what we are going to do is we will be going to integrate the Apache Tomcat with IntelliJ IDEA, and using that Apache Tomcat server we will be deploying our web application on Apache Tomcat. All right, so we are going to deploy our this project that we have created in our previous video to the Apache Tomcat. All right, so for that first I'm going to just clean this previous build so that there are no errors will be produced. We can go from the beginning so that you guys can understand more clearly. All right, all right, so let's go ahead and uh, first we need to integrate Apache Tomcat with the IntelliJ IDEA. For that you need to download Apache Tomcat in your PC first. Okay, so go ahead and inside your browser and write search for Apache Tomcat, and here you can see download tab is there. You just click on it, click on this download, and after there come inside this binary distribution under core. You can click on the any one of this file. I just prefer if you are 64-bit Windows, just click on this zip file and it will download it just 12 MB file. It will get downloaded depending upon your download speed, and once it get downloaded, just open that. Okay, once it got downloaded, you just go ahead and once it got downloaded you just go inside your downloads and double click on this, and inside this you can see one folder is there. One folder is there, Apache Tomcat 9.0.72, and inside which all the files regarding the Apache Tomcat are there. You just come here and copy this, click on copy, and go where go at folder where all your programs, all your code, all your softwares you store. Okay, I personally prefer inside program files. I go here, and as you can see I have pasted that folder over here itself. You just come here inside your program files and click control V to paste your that Apache Tomcat file over here. Okay, as you can see I have pasted over here, and after doing that, okay, now you go inside your IDE and click on this settings button, and after that click on plugins. After clicking on plugin, go to the marketplace where all the plugins are available, and you just write smart Tomcat. Okay, and you see one plugin, double click on it and click on install. I have already installed. If for the first time you see your install button, you just click on install. Within seconds it will get installed, and after getting installed you click on apply and click on OK, and that's it. You have installed the plugin. Okay, so the next step is come here and you just click here and edit the configuration. After clicking on the edit configuration, you just come a new window will be appeared over here, and on this plus icon click, and after that you can see now smart Tomcat button is there. You just click on it. Okay, and after clicking on the smart Tomcat button, okay, and now for the first time you don't see anything over here, right? See, tab is empty. If you can follow along with me, you can see this tab is empty. You just click on configure, and after clicking on the configure, click on this plus icon, and now you go inside the folder where you have stored the Apache Tomcat. For my case, I have stored inside in program files Apache Tomcat, and this is, please select the root folder. Don't select this folder. Select the root folder under which all the bin, config, libraries, logs, temp files, temp folders are there. All right, select this, click on OK, click on OK, and after creating that, this will get created automatically. Location will be fetched, version will be fetched, and name is also getting created. Okay, click on apply, click on OK. I already have configured one, so I will delete this one, and after creating this, click on OK. So now you can see this name will be get created, and rest of the thing IntelliJ IDEA will do for you. You don't need to do worry about that, and click on apply and click on OK. Okay, so now you can see one unnamed Apache Tomcat configuration is here. Okay, and now this configuration will come over here, and if you follow along this, uh, now you go inside your Maven and double click on your package. Okay, so wait, I forgot to tell you one thing. Just click on clean. First you need to compile. Double click on compile. Okay, after you see build success, now you click on the package. Okay, so after clicking on package, you see build success. Okay, now you are good to go, and if you just click here run button by selecting the Tomcat server that we have just created, and now you can see one URL will be given to you. You just go ahead and copy that URL. If you don't want to copy, just click on the right click on it and open. It will give you the list of the browsers that are available inside your PC. Okay, so in my case I will just copy and I will go inside my web browser, and I will go here and I will just paste this. Okay, so after pasting that, when the website get loaded, you can see hello world, welcome to programming, and your name is getting printed. Why so? Because we have modified our index.jsp. uh, okay, so you can see your name is there, hello world programming is there. If you modify this now, instead of saying hello world, welcome to programming, if you want to say only hello world, just go ahead and delete that, and click on this button run unnamed and stop and rerun. It will stop that server and again rerun that server, and after you can see now we just close this and refresh it. Now you can see this welcome programming got deleted. uh, this is how you modify your website and deploy your website on Apache Tomcat server using the IntelliJ IDEA, in which comes we have used one plugin known as Smart Tomcat. So I hope you got the idea how we can create a web app with Maven and how we can deploy our website on Apache Tomcat using one IntelliJ plugin named as Smart Tomcat. So thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. So hello and welcome back to the new video of the Maven tutorial series. So now in this video we will be seeing some hot questions which are frequently asked question in the Maven interview questions. If you are applying for any job, which job requires a Maven as a job requirement, so the interview you can expect these kind of questions being asked. Okay, so we'll answer each question one by one and try to solve then as well. Okay, so let's go and take our first question. First question is, what is Maven? Okay, so Maven is a project management tool. It is based on POM, which is project object model. We have also covered separate videos on POM. If you haven't checked that, go ahead and check, where we have discussed all the file details regarding the POM file, why POM file is important in Maven. Okay, so the next question is, what aspects are managed by Maven, sorry. Okay, so the aspects that are managed by Maven is builds, documentation, reporting, SCMs, release, and distribution. These are the various aspects which are managed by Maven. Okay, so what are the advantages of using Maven? Why we use Maven? Okay, so the very first advantage is no need to add jar file in each project. It creates the right directory structure, and it builds and deploys the project, and it also manages our dependencies and plugins so seamlessly that we need not need to worry about our dependencies as well. Okay, so that is one of the advantages of Maven as well. Okay, so what are the command to check the Maven version? Okay, so the command is mvn space minus version, or else you can also type mvn. Let me write it out: mvn minus v, or you can write mvn space minus version. Any one of this can You can write any one of this to find the Maven version you are currently using. Okay, so next question is, what does the build tool do? Okay, so it generates the source code if the auto generated code is used. Okay, and it generates the documentation from source code. Okay, and another user, it compiles our source code also, which is written in Java. Okay, so the package is compiled code into jar or zip file. This is one of the uses of the build tool, and it also installs the packaged code in the local repository, server repository, or the central repository. Okay, so now next question is, what is the difference between Ant and Maven? So Ant is a toolbox, whereas the Maven is a framework, right? And it is Ant is mainly a build tool, and Maven is mainly a project management tool. And there is no life cycle, and in Maven we have life cycle, and we have also seen what are the different phases of the life cycle also. And doesn't have formal conventions, and Maven has a convention to place source code and compiled code, etc. Ant is procedural, and Maven is declarative. Why declarative? Because we declare our dependencies in the pom.xml file, right? And scripts are not reusable, whereas the Maven plugins are reusable. We can use Maven plugins as and when required. Okay, so seventh question is, define archetype. Okay, so what is archetype in Maven? Oh, it is in Maven, the archetype, it is a Maven plugin which is designed for creation of the project structure. So as we have seen in a previous video, when we are trying to create the web application, we have selected the archetype as web app. So it is nothing but the structure that is predefined by the Maven. So if you want to create a web application, you just go ahead and select the archetype as web application. There are many more archetypes are there. You can select according to your requirement. Okay, so the next question is, what is the purpose of mvn clean command? Okay, so the mvn clean command removes the target directory before starting of a build process. Okay, so imagine one scenario: if you are build one project, the target project will get created, and next time you do some modification and you are trying to create that build. In order to delete the previous target folder, you write this command, mvn clean command, so that the previous build target folder will get removed from the directory, and after that you can again build the project, and again the target folder will be get created. Okay, so next is, what are the build phases in Maven? Okay, so what are the different build phases in Maven? So first is validate, compile, test, package, integration test, verify, install, and then deploy. Each one of these build phases are covered in depth in our previous video of this tutorial series. You can go ahead and watch that video as well. And next one is, what is a repository in Maven? Okay, so what is a repository in Maven? This is our last question. Okay, so the repository is a directory or a place where all the jars and pom.xml files are stored. Okay, so mainly the repositories are of three types. We have seen in our videos as well. One is local repository, one is central repository, and one is remote repositories. Okay, so these are the three types of repositories are there in Maven. Okay, so these are the hot or frequently asked question in the Maven interviews. Okay, so if you are preparing for the Maven interviews, you go ahead and check these videos, check this our Maven tutorial series and learn the Maven. Thank you.